Thank you, Biafran people. Thank you, lovers of freedom and lovers of Biafra, and those that want to see Biafra alive and free. Thank you for keying into this very program from the Biafran Republic government in exile, headed by the indomitable Prime Minister of the Biafran people, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. The Department of Database System are here again to give you another mind-blowing seminar. So we implore you all to sit in, call your friends and families, and tell them to key into whatever will be happening here today, because you will learn a lot. So at this very point, without much ado, we hand over this program to the team leader, professor in charge. In Biafran government cabinet, that's also professors we get. We not be one Nigeria. We are wonderfully made. So, Prof, over to you with your amiable team, please, and keep on doing the good thing that you know how to do best. God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Minister of Information, we salute you. Thank you for the good job you and your team are doing. We welcome all Biafrans, both home and abroad. Welcome to today's seminar. We will start by acknowledging everyone in the room, and with everyone in the room, we all in unison acknowledge our heroes, the people that actually gave us the strength. Generals Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu and Philip Effiong, as they are resting and fighting, those of us here are fighting. And we thank our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okwu, for awakening our spirits, even when some of us were asleep. He woke us up. Even in detention, he is still fighting. And Nigeria thought that they've silenced him, therefore silencing Biafra. Unknown to them that a more ruthless, focused leader stands by. He is now the Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile. His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa. So Nigeria actually did us a favor, because if they hadn't impugned on kidnapping the leader of a nation to silence that nation, we wouldn't be where we are right now. We wouldn't even know that we don't have a database. We don't have identity. That singular act woke many of us up. And as the minister said, before they call Biafrans miscreants, nobody dare mouth that word again. Because as you can see, we are not miscreants. We, the Biafra people, are the leaders of organizations, institutions, the innovators, the movers of things. There is nowhere in the world that anything good is happening and you will not see the DNA of a Biafran. Aren't you proud to be a Biafran? Before, you will say, oh, Nigerians. No, it is no longer Nigerians because we are not Nigerians. Me, for one, I am not a Nigerian. And anything that Biafrans do must be attributable to Biafrans. So we welcome you to today's seminar. May, the month of May, happens to be a memorable month for Biafra. And because of that, the database and ID card team has a series of programs. And before we start, I acknowledge the hardworking team, Honorable Obi on camera, Honorable Uche, Honorable Praise and Godwill. Thank you very much for all you do. And my team acknowledges the sponsors of the database. Thank you so much. This is what Biafra does for Biafra. We stand up, we take up challenges, we solve problems. We also salute the entire cabinet of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Men and women that are volunteering, not asking for anything, but volunteering to build the Biafra nation. We salute you all. We also salute Biafrans. We thank you for all that you're doing. We see that it is difficult to live in that contraction called Nigeria. You are there as we separate ourselves from that contraction and secure our lives, our properties, and everything we own. We thank you for all you do. We see that you sit at home. More sit at home is coming from May 29 to May 31. And we believe that you will sit at home because there are so many reasons why we must sit at home. Of course, it is a form of referendum. As we are voting, we are sitting at home. We're going to sit at home more for the 3 days to ramp up our voting. So we thank you all. So as we start, I said that the month of May is a very memorable month for Biafra. As a result, the Biafra government in exile, with the database and ID card committee, has a series of programs for Biafrans, starting from today. When we'll be talking about application for ID card, focusing on Biafrans who are undocumented all over the world. Then on the 29th, we have a program that will be focused on self-referendum voting. 30th, that's the day that we will be beating drums to vote ourselves out of Nigeria. And that vote will be in tribute to all our fallen heroes and heroines. On the 31st, we will be here for question and answers and another practical example of how to vote or complete your application, whatever it is that you want to do. So let us all be ready for the month of May. As those of us in diaspora are working hard to fund our freedom, fund our liberation, our brothers and sisters, parents, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces, in-laws, they are lining up, voting in our self-referendum. We say hooray to them. Let us keep voting. Because this is the singular power that Nigeria can never take away from you. In Biafra, your vote counts. In Biafra, you take pride in your vote. We thank you all, and you can see how safe, how easy it is to vote. And this is when the government is still in exile. Imagine what Biafra nation will look like when the government is fully established in the homeland. And we put up a wall to wall off all the unwanted elements from our land. That is what you are voting for. Your freedom. So as our brothers and sisters are voting, those Biafrans in diaspora, what are you doing? If Biafrans in the homeland, they don't have light, they are bitten by mosquitoes because of awful environment, they are hungry. If they can line up to vote, you that can pick up your phone and cast your vote, have you done that? You that can pick up the phone and make calls to your village, to your communities, to your towns, to your friends, to your relatives back home, have you done that? You that can give 1 hour or 2 hours to help people vote, have you done that? You in diaspora who can purchase data for other people in diaspora, because there are other family members in diaspora that may also need help. Have you done that? As you look at our brothers and sisters at home, brazen whatever it is to vote, I hope that diaspora Biafrans are doing what they are supposed to do. So now we've talked about the vote. Because before you sleep, you must talk about Biafra referendum voting. As you wake up, you must talk about that. So now that we've talked about the importance of voting, let us get into today's seminar, focusing on undocumented Biafrans, the type of Biafra identity card that they can get. Our team has some platforms where we communicate with people. If you have a problem, go to any of these platforms to chat with us or to get information. So if you are a Biafran and you are not on these platforms, please go and join. Even if you voted, even if you've applied for your ID card, I'm sure that there are people in your village, in your town, who are yet to vote, who are yet to register themselves as Biafrans if they are in the homeland, or apply for ID card if they are in diaspora. Looking for links to vote, you can go to the government website or directly to the Biafra Security Administration website. I will not forget to tell you that there is a convention coming up in Finland, November 29th, 2024. In that convention, a lot will happen. Do not miss it. Go now and register. Seats are filling up. So, who should use the ID card type D3 application form? If you are a Biafran residing in diaspora and you do not have legal documents from the country in which you reside, you need type D form ID card. This ID card will benefit all vulnerable Biafrans that may have difficulty obtaining legal residence permit from their countries of residence. And we know that there are different forms of immigration. Most Biafrans that are running away from the zoo may not even have the patience to follow some of these channels. They just wanna go and be gone. Such Biafrans may face difficulty integrating into the community. As you are facing that difficulty integrating into the host community, you want to be identified by your own government. And for you to do that, you need this type D3 application form. We all know that we as Biafrans are all over the globe. We are widely traveled, perhaps in our nature, but the main reason is running away from persecution by a government that is supposed to protect us. Initially, perhaps in the 80s, people may leave because they want to get better education. And then you ask yourself, the people you are running to for better education, do they have two heads? Absolutely not. When Biafrans get to their institutions, Biafrans will lead. You run away to that country to use computer when it is a Biafran that actually played a key role in that innovation. My brothers and sisters, let's make it make sense, because it's not making sense. The only reason we run away from home is to flee from persecution. To add salt to injury, as you are running, you are carrying this thing here. You see this green thing? That's what we all carried. Now that Nigeria as an entity and this green thing that represents Nigeria, they call it passport. are being viewed in the most negative light around the world. Biafrans that are widely traveled are at the mercy of their host countries. Biafrans are oftentimes victimized simply because you have this green thing. As soon as anybody sees that, there is this thing that flips up in their heads. Oh, Nigeria, oh, criminal. Do you really want to be associated with that? Absolutely not. So, the Biafra Republic government in exile, seeing all that is happening, certain things are unprintable. Can't even bring them here. The government, which is government of the people, by the people, you and I, and for you and I, meaning that government itself, you are the government. The government is you. Cares for Biafrans because you must care for self. The government, knowing that the duty of the government is to protect citizens, both home and abroad. And we know that when a government fails in that duty, you do not preserve that government. This, our government, the Biafra Republic government in exile, takes the protection of self seriously. Because of that, the government is doing everything possible to identify Biafrans. I said there are things unprintable. One of such things, when over 50 Nigerians were burnt in a supposedly African country. We all have seen it. If you can stand it, I couldn't watch the video to the end. Unprintable. The entity called Nigeria, we all know, will never talk about this. The individuals that were burnt may not even have a birth certificate. There's no registry where they are recorded as human beings. And if there's no registry of birth, there won't be any registry of death. All these people will die and be forgotten. They only live in the memories of their families. And some of them, the families may not even know that they are dead. Mothers and fathers will be waiting to hear from their sons and daughters that fled Nigeria to avoid being killed. These people left looking for better life, safety, but they ended up dead. Now think about if these people are all in a database and we know they are in South Africa. At the very least, we will begin to look for them to identify who they are. They will be given befitting final rest. That is the job of a government. But Nigeria would not talk about them, would not address it, because they know they are mostly Biafrans. Why do you have to apply for this type D3 ID card if you are undocumented living in diaspora? The old Enugu state in Biafra land, a community was ransacked by animals in human form when they left. The other animals in army uniform came in and burnt the community down. You ask yourself, why? Ethnic cleansing, wipe them off and take over. Some of these people that died may have sons and daughters in diaspora who may or may not be doing okay, who may or may not have the proper documentations to at least say, I am this person. It is important that we identify with our own government. Nobody else will do it for you except you. If the government of Biafra knows who is who, at the very least, when you call and say, this is Chukwudi Eke, you will be asked, and then perhaps looked up in the database, and yes, he's a Biafran. The man here wearing the funny hat, he knows about all these because he even said that the entity, Nigeria, looks more like a motherland, not motherland. But guess what? He will never mouth the right things that you have to do so that it will be a motherland. This man is a Biafran, at least from his name. People that are in diaspora may be calling on him, telling him, hey, what do we do? They are killing people. He will only tell them to pray. No. Prayer without work equals nothing. That's a lazy man's way out of a problem. And your God will even be angry with you when you are bothering him without doing that which you are supposed to do as a human being. So with all these things, the Biafra Republic government in exile, led by the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, initiated Citizens Identification Program. This is an effort to locate and account for all our people that we know are all over the place. How are you going to do that? Well, the only way we do it is that you self-identify. When you are to self-identify, the government will have a way to say, yes, this is who you are. One very simple way of doing it is to rely on the documentation that your host country has given you to say, yes, this is who this person is. He lives at this place and works at that place. And we are giving this person an identification document. So you can then present that to Biafra Republic government in exile, along with your hometown information. We use that to identify you. However, there are some of our brothers and sisters that don't have that privilege of being identified by the government of the host country. Why? Because the government does not know that they are there. My brothers and sisters, when your host does not know you are there, you better allow your own government to know where you are. You will use form type D3 to do that. Even for the one Nigerianists, Nigeria doesn't know where you are, and Nigeria does not care to know where you are. And in fact, if Nigeria wants to know where you are, it's not for good. It is to sink you. So for Biafrans living under the illusion that they are Nigerians, Nigeria does not care. Register, get the ID card, form type D3. When you do that, at least we may be able to reach you if you need. And if you are the one reaching out to us, we may be able to verify, to say, yes, this is a Biafran. For any of these to happen, you must do your part. That part is going to the website, applying for your ID card. Put differently, our government, your government, is issuing ID cards to Biafrans. It is a way that the government is going to use to identify Biafrans, whether you are in Afghanistan, whether you are in Iraq, whether you are where I can't even pronounce. Unified Biafrans. But my people, very important, differentiate Biafrans from Nigerians, because the word Nigeria is a curse. If you don't believe that the word Nigeria is a curse, take your passport. Go to any international airport. Even go to your grocery store and tell them, oh, here's my passport. They will immediately lock up their shop and call the police. That is how bad it is. So this Biafra ID card provides proof that you, myself, anybody holding this ID card is indeed a Biafran. The Brigade issued photo ID card is the only document that the government will use to identify you if you ever need help. So note that if you call up, say, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, oh, please, I am a Biafran, they will ask you, what's your ID card number? You go, I didn't know. What? They will not help you because they will not identify you. And right now, there is no reason whatsoever why a Biafran in diaspora will not be on the database, because we have different forms and types of ID cards. So who should use ID card application form type D3? In all the things I've said, I've actually mentioned who should use that, but let's go line by line so that everyone understands it. You have to use type D3 form if you cannot show junior acceptable proof of identity. If you are underground or undocumented, use form type D3. If you are a person seeking asylum or refugee status, please use form type D3. If you have a state or school-issued ID document that's not junior verifiable, say you are a student, you left on F1 visa. F1 visas are not identifiable document per junior. You get to whatever institution, say in Italy, the institution will give you institutional ID card. That is not junior identifiable, but you can use that to obtain this ID card. Use form type D3. If you do not have any other thing, but only have your Nigerian passport as your only identification document, then use something like a photo and apply for this form type D3 because we do not accept Nigerian document. Just as every other part of the world has rejected anything in Nigeria, we have the, in fact, most valid reason to reject Nigeria. So that passport, not acceptable. But if that's all you have, then in the ID field, put a photo of your face. We prefer that to Nigerian passports. So one big thing that the government has done for Biafrans, just for you to know that the government is actually thinking about you. Some people ask the Prime Minister, do you ever sleep? He's always thinking about you. When you have problems, you go to some of these platforms on X and stuff, and you state the people are taking notes. So one huge thing that we did for the type D3 applicants is to waive junior verification. Why? Because junior requires things like acceptable international passports, acceptable driver's license to verify you automatically. Because people in this category do not have any of these, we had to remove junior verification. You may be asking, how then would you verify them? It means that our team will have to sit with you, maybe on Zoom, via phone, to verify you manually. It doesn't matter how many you are. There are a lot of Biafrans that are volunteering and will help in this verification so that we will identify our people, unify our people, and differentiate our people from Nigerians, because we are not Nigerians. So how can type D3 applicants who do not have payment method make payment? This is another problem that the government realized that the citizens are having. And the government sat down and revised the payment method so that now there are changes pertinent to form type D3 applicants that regardless of your country of residence, you are indeed able to make payment. In addition to all the other payment forms, which some of the individuals within this category can use, there are other methods that have been approved. You can do credit or debit card. You can do PayPal. You can also do Zelle. But there are Biafrans who cannot use any of these payment methods. If you know the type of payment or the form of payment or the method of payment that you use for your fundraising, you can use that type of payment, that method or form of payment. You can make payment through your Briggy administrator or your Briggy representative. More information will come down to the people through all the reps. When you make these payments through them, they will issue you what we call payment certificate. You can then use that payment certificate and upload it during the application to show that you have paid. So this is a government that is thinking about her citizens. Two major changes. Junior verification waived for form type D3. So if you're watching this, if you're gonna watch it later, if you know anyone that belongs in this category that has tried before and is not getting it, anyone, even if you are in any other category and you feel like it's just not working for me, go to form type D3. Fill out that application. Once we see your application and it is application review time, we will review your application and verify you manually. The second change here is the payment method. So in addition to all the payment methods that we have already, anyone who is unable to make payment using credit, debit, PayPal, Zelle, please make payment through your admin or representative. Make sure that you collect the payment certificate. Your admin or rep will then pay in the money and give you the certificate that you will use to make your application. Since we made all these changes, perhaps some people have already tried, and we are hoping that there aren't any more issues when it comes to applying for the ID card. But if you are a first-time user, just like in everything, you have to do a registration. Register, verify your email. The email may be in your inbox, or it may be in your spam. If it's in your spam mail or junk mail, unspam it or unjunk it by moving it into your inbox. Once you do that, you are able to verify. You read the overview. As you are reading the overview, take note of the things that you need. And then do what? Assemble them. Once you have everything, completing the application is like a 10-minute process. Very easy. There are things that are needed, but one of the most important things will be your passport. Selfies are not allowed. They will be rejected. Remember, whatever the Biafra Republic government in exile is doing, we are doing it to international standard. So the government of the people, by the people, for the people, our government, we want things done to international standard. We do not want the zoo or Fulani way of doing things. Anything goes, absolutely not. Photos with background noise will be rejected. Any photo that is not your image, please don't bring it. Remember, for people in this category, we will verify you manually. So what's the take-home message here? We know that as citizens, not just Biafra citizens, citizens everywhere, in the United States here, the government, their job is to protect us. The job of the Biafra government is to protect her citizens, and the Biafra government is doing this excellently, even though the government is still in exile. So we all want protection. People of the zoo are calling the zoo all the time. The zoo government is not listening. And people of the zoo have resorted to calling governments from other countries that are doing the job of protecting their own people. Isn't that a shame? As we want our government to protect us, we also, as citizens, have responsibilities. Remember, government is not a boogeyman. Government, you and I. It is self. It is us. So we do the protection and we also take care of our responsibilities. You and I, our responsibilities are to vote in the ongoing Biafra self-referendum and to obtain our Biafra Republic government in exile issued photo ID. If you can afford it, if you are in a place, when I say afford it, two things are involved. You can travel freely to Finland, and financially you can afford it. Please register to go to Finland for the convention. Apply for your Brigi ID card if you have not already applied. Our convention is coming. December 2nd will change everything in the lives of Biafrans. And after that, the Biafra government services to Biafra people will then be based on data. It's not going to be based on who you know. It's not going to be based on this person is from my town. It's not going to be based on, oh, I served the government, so bring this to me. If you are serving the government and your people aren't doing a thing, and you are not gingering them, help them to do a thing, then it means that we wouldn't have the data from them. And what that means is that government services may not really get trickled down to your place because it's going to be based on data. And what is this data? It's not cow, it's not chicken, it is people. Males, females, children, old people. These different populations, they have social services that are tailored to them. If you have a lot of women of childbearing age, then we are thinking of more improved maternity homes. If you have a lot of old people, then we are thinking of more of old people facilities. So please do not say, oh, the men are registering, the men are getting their ID cards. We women, we are just housewives. No, there's no housewife here. Everybody is a vote. Everybody is a data. Everybody is an individual. And you must do that which you are responsible for. So if you have additional questions, you know where to reach us. We have a chat room, we have a channel, and we have Twitter account. Are you patriotic? Everybody watching, are you patriotic? Because patriotic Biafrans are the ones voting in our self-referendum. I love the image of our people in the homeland. Those are patriotic Biafrans. Where do you belong? Patriotic Biafrans are applying for their ID cards. The patriotic Biafrans that have applied for their own ID cards are the ones assisting others in voting and in obtaining their ID cards. If your brother needs money to get the ID card, pay the money. If your brother needs data to apply, give your brother data. Same with your sisters, same with your mothers. If someone from your town needs help, give that help. Because what we are doing, this data collection is like what we call herd immunity in vaccinology, where the vaccination of the people that can protects the people that cannot. So you that have can help others to do that which they are expected to do. Are you a patriotic Biafran? My team is asking you, because we've put a lot into this. The question is, are you a patriotic Biafran? You and only you can answer this question honestly. You need to vote. You need to get your ID card, and you need to help others do the same. So now that we've gone through the didactic seminar, we're gonna get into practical. Hands-on completing type D3 application. Please reserve your questions, write them out, type them on your phone, because we're gonna take these questions at the end. If you have not completed your application, now is the time to open your phone, your laptop. If you are using your laptop to watch this program, exit full screen so that you have 2 windows. Use one to do your application. God bless you. God bless Biafra. And I will hand over to my colleague, Honorable Obi, who will now take us through the practical completion of the application. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Choma.
Thank you very much. You take over the mic. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Once again, my special thanks, of course, goes to our past heroes and our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and our PM. You know, I don't really have enough words to show my appreciation and my respect to them, because words alone cannot describe it. But you all know what I mean, because we are all in this together. And I will greet the Brigade Cabinet for their wonderful works. I'm really happy that I have to be part of this movement going on, because it's going to go down in history. I thank you so much for all your sleepless nights, meetings upon meetings. It's not easy. Thank you, Brigade Cabinet. And I want to use this opportunity again to thank the media team. You know, the Biafran people knows the importance of media. And without our media, we wouldn't have been where we are today. So they are a very, very important department in our government. If you look around the world, media is everything. It's media. Who holds the media wins. So in Biafra, our media, you know, like we are, bringing out the truth, that is all we do. I thank you so much for your endless work, endless commitment, you know, gift to Biafrans. It's only God that can repay all this, you know. I thank you guys so much. And I want to thank Biafrans all over the world, that are also pushing with us. It's not easy. And remember, nothing good comes easy. Nobody told us it was going to be easy. Before we embarked, we know it's going to be a difficult job, but it's not impossible. And we are doing it. We are nailing it every day. Thank you so much for believing in Oyendu. Thank you so much for believing in our PM. Thank you so much for believing in our government. I want to thank my team as well. You know, I couldn't have wished for a better team. I love you guys so much. I thank you guys for everything you're doing. May God bless you. So I am going to share my screen and then I'm going to walk you through the application form for type D3. So if you have question while we are going through it, you can write it down and you can ask afterwards. Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. All right. So for the first time, just like Professor Choma said, first thing you need to do is to create an account. When you register, and then you have your account. So after registration, when you go to the website, Biafra Security Administration website, and then you click on login, you log in with your details. It doesn't have to be Gmail address. I think everybody knows that already. So after login, then it's gonna bring you to home page here. So it's gonna bring you to home page. So from home page here, this pop-up, it pops up every now and then. This is a video demonstration. So when you see them pop up, you just click on this cross here. You can remove it if you have watched it. So here in the home page, if you want to go straight to application form, in home page, what you see, and I'm just going to use the opportunity to show what you see on home page. So in home page, this is what you see on home page. This is a convention last year picture. This is what you see on the home page. And then this is home page. So, and then service page, you can go through all that on your own when you're not applying or when you're doing other things. But today, we are going to the application forms. So when you go to the application forms, when you click on it, it's going to bring you to this overview. We have heard several times about the overview. It is very important because this overview actually tells you everything you need to know before you start applying. So the overview tells you about the ID card features, tells you the importance why you should apply for your ID card or register as a Biafran citizen. And then the overview also tells you how much you're going to pay. And it also informs you about the things you need to know before you start applying. Eligibility criteria for Biafra ID card. So you can read all this. Requirements, required documents that you need to upload during application. So all that, you can read it. Like some Biafrans that will ask questions, how do I apply? What do I How do I do this? How do I do that? All these things, you can find them here in the overview. So after you have read the overview, and then you say to yourself, okay, I am ready to apply. And then you go down, because you must have read it. You go down here. You click, I have read and agree to above shown overview and privacy. Once you click on it, you submit. Once you submit, it's going to bring you to the ID card application page, where you're going to make a choice on what type of ID card that you want to apply. So today we talked about D3 for undocumented Biafrans. So we're going to go into the application form together. Okay. Application form is open. So I personally, I think this is a very easy and to understand application form, because first of all, the first section is your applicant personal information. That is your information. Here you check on sex, you check if you're a male or a female. That is easy. Everyone knows that. You fill in your first name, middle name, surname. If you don't have a middle name, you fill in not applicable. So that solves that problem. And then you continue down. So it's going to ask you, is the above name the same with the name on your identification document? You say yes if it is. If not, you can say no. And then you're going to ask you to, if you say no, it will ask you to upload a file, proof of that the name you have on your identification document is not the same as the name you're given here. So then you upload the proof. And also, I want to use this opportunity as well to talk about the Biafrans that are asking questions about their name is not the same. Can they change it? If you have a valid document living in diaspora, that name on your valid document is the name you're going to choose, please. And any name changing can happen, will happen in Biafra land when we are in Biafra. So keep the name on your ID card or your document. Use that name, please. So when you say yes, it's the same name as the name you're giving now, it will show you to upload anything. And then it's going to ask nickname or maiden name. So for Biafrans that are asking why nickname, maiden name, there is a very good reason for that, in the sense that there are so many people that you can identify with their nicknames. You don't even know what is their real name. So for that reason, if the person put the nickname, when you go down to their village for further verification by the government, and they ask, do you know Emmanuel Chukwu? And they will say, Emmanuel Chukwu? I don't know. And then when you say, for example, the nickname is Omekanaya, they will say, Omekanaya, I know where they live. I know where they live. Yes, yes, yes. So that is the importance of this nickname. So if you have one name that people knows you very well, then your real name, you put it down there. That is the nickname or maiden name. Nickname for guys and the maiden name for the ladies. So here you choose your marital status. If you're single, you click on single, married, divorce. It's as simple as that. And then here you can fill in your occupation, your job. That is the occupation. And then you fill in your date of birth, country of birth, and then you can fill in your height in feet and inches. And then it's going to ask you for your eye color. You can choose your eye color here. These are the common colors, eye colors with Africans. So you can choose your eye color here. Then you're going to choose your hair color here as well. And then if you don't know what your hair color is, you can as well click check unknown. If you don't know what your eye color is, you can also check unknown, but 90% brown eyes. So because our government is thinking, okay, in Nigeria, nobody cares for anybody. Government doesn't care for anybody. They don't, not to talk about caring about disabled people. So, but the government knows in every country there are disabled people and there are people with special needs. So government would like to know who is disabled in Biafra land and where they live. Because when you click here that you are disabled, government has already identified you as a disabled person. So they're going to come back to you. The department that is in charge of disabilities will get in touch with you in Biafra land to plan to see the extent of your disability, what you have, and how the government can help you to make your life easy, which is what the government of where I live, they do for their citizens. You know, nobody is irrelevant here where I live. Everybody is important. You are disabled, you are not disabled, the same equal right. And nobody look at them like shit. You know, in Africa, in Nigeria, I've seen where disabled people are looked down on like they are nobody, like they are not even born, like the same way me and you came to this earth. That will not be tolerated in Biafra land. So we want to know who are disabled. So for disabled ones, if disability can be in different forms, you might have one leg, that is a disability. So I know when people have one leg, they don't use wheelchair here or they don't have any support. They just limp. They suffer themselves for, you know, living when they have government that's supposed to make life easy for them. So if someone is blind, that is disability. If someone are not talking, that is disability, or not hearing, that is disability. So it's in different forms. So when an applicant has any of this issue, then they can check yes. And then here you can choose your religion. Religion, we have 3 official religion in Biafra land, which is allowed. If you are a traditional person, you can choose traditional religion. If you're Christian, you choose Christian. If you're a Jew, if you're practicing Judaism, you choose Judaism. Other religion is here. If you have other religion beside these 3 religions, the Biafran Republic government want to know who are these other religion. What are these other religion? So you fill it in, you can type it in yourself if it's other religion than these 3. And then you go to applicant's contact information. Here, applicants, you fill in your address, house number, city, country of residence, email address, telephone number, state of origin in Biafra land. And the state of origin in Biafra land is populated. So when you click on this, you're gonna get all the 40 states of Biafra land in the list. So you can choose your state from there. So it's not difficult. And then your village, because we have so many villages. So Now you, the applicant, know your village. You're gonna type it in here yourself. You type in your, let me say, let me say, yeah. For example, Ngo village, you can say Ngo village, you type it in there, and then you continue. And then you come to applicant's identification details. Here you're gonna choose the current nationality where you reside in now, or where your current nationality you're holding. These are for people that hold other nationality as well. And then this one, it says to you, choose other nationality besides Nigeria. If your other nationality besides Nigeria, you choose here. Your current nationality, it's not difficult to guess. That is Biafra. And if you look here as well, Biafra is in the list.
Yeah, it's on top.
Yes. You choose Biafra, that is your current nationality. And then if you have other nationality, you can choose them here from the list of the country. So, and then you get to a question, do you support Biafra Liberation Movement? So you must respond to submit. So when you say yes, when you click on yes, then it's gonna ask you how many years, 0 to 3 years, 3 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 years and above, you can choose. And it's gonna ask you, do you have receipts of your donations? Then you say yes. Once you click yes, it's gonna show you where you're going to upload your proof of payment. And then you can upload it here. So for this section, there are 2 categories for this ID card. The first is the Biafrans that are not supporting the struggle. So those are the ones not supporting the struggle, but they are Biafrans. The government cannot reject you because you're not supporting the movement. You are still a Biafran. So you still have rights to apply for ID card. But then you're going to say no. If you're not supporting, you don't have any proof, you say no. And then you continue. And then here it's going to be no. And then you continue because then it doesn't apply to you. But if you are an asylee, undocumented Biafrans that are supporting, and you have your proof, and then you choose yes. And then you can check how many, since when you've been supporting here. And then you click here, yes, and upload your proof. And then you carry on. One, two. Okay. So here, this is your identification. If you have identification, means of identification, you can upload it here. And you can choose identification type. You can choose from passport, national ID card, driver license, birth certificate, police report, certificate of recognition. You can upload it here. Every information, a little bit more information is going to help with the application. So here you can put in date issued, the expiry date and all that. Country of issuance, you can choose from the list of the countries. And then it's gonna ask you, do you have a spouse, which is your partner or your wife or your husband? When you say yes, it's going to bring another form. where you can fill in the information about your partner. So the information you need for your partner is your partner's first name, middle name, surname, nickname, anywhere. If middle name and nickname, not everybody has middle name, but 95% of Biafrans has middle name. So if that doesn't apply to you, simply fill in not applicable there. Same thing applies to this box here for nickname and maiden name. And then it's going to ask you date of birth of your partner. You fill it here, and occupation, that's it. And then it's going to ask contact information of applicant. So here, if your partner lives in homeland, your wife, your spouse lives in homeland, which is Biafra land, you fill in A. If your partner lives outside 40 states of Biafra land, you fill in B. So, and then it's going to ask you, do you have children? If you say no, you carry on. When you say yes, then it's going to bring applicant's children's form. So there you need the name, middle name, surname of your child, the sex, which is if it's a male or female, date of birth. You choose the country of residence. That's all you need to fill. If you have more than one child, you click on this add button. This button, where you click add, it gives you exactly the same form, the same template as the one you filled in. Maybe you have filled for Ijoma and you still need to fill for Chijioke, your son. You click that add button, you fill in for Chijioke. And then if you have more than two, you have three, you can go on and on until you fill in all your children's name. So if you thought, okay, you added more than you needed, you can also delete the one that is too much. So after you have filled information about your children, by the way, that same applies to spouse. If you say you don't have a spouse, if you click no, for example, it's not going to show you that to fill it in. So when you say you have children, if you click no, you won't see this either. So now it's going to ask, the next is applicant's parents' information. Take note, if your parents are deceased, for example, your father or your mother is no longer, you simply say no. When one of them, if your father is still alive, you click yes. It's going to ask you your father's information. It's going to ask you your father's name, middle name, surname, nickname, if any, occupation, address, house number, state of origin is also populated with Biafran states, village name, this one you can type in, and then it's going to ask you about your father's siblings, dead and alive. How many siblings does your father has? So in this question, you're going to count both the ones that are alive and the one that might have passed away. So here is just choosing in numbers. Imagine your father has 5 brothers, including your father is 6. So you say your father has 5 siblings. You choose. So do you have a mother? If you say no, it will show you the same thing like the father. So it's just going to show you, it's just going to let you carry on. But when you say yes, it's going to show you mother's information. So here you need to fill in mother's name, surname, nickname, if any, occupation, address, and just like the father. And then mother's siblings. So here, you're going to count your mother's siblings. If your mother has like 8 brothers and sisters, you say 8. You carry on. And now, you're going to get questions about, do you have siblings? So if you have brothers and sisters, you say yes. When you say yes, you get the form of applicant siblings information. So here, you fill in your siblings information, the first name, middle name, surname. So you fill it in. You may wonder why surname when they are your siblings, because the government also thought siblings, they do get married like the women. When the women, they get married, they change their name to their husband's last name. So that still doesn't make them not your siblings anymore. They are still your siblings. So, but then you can fill in the name they have now. The country, choose country of their residence. Here you type in the relation, your relationship with them. You can say, for example, it's my brother, or you can say it's a sister. So siblings here is your direct siblings, not cousin, not nephews, the same mother, the same father, or the same father, not the same mother, or the same mother, not the same father. So after that, then we go ahead to applicant's homeland information. On this section, there's been, okay, I forgot one more thing. On this siblings, if you look, you can see the button, add button. So this add button, if you have more than one sibling, you click add. If you have 15 siblings, you're gonna click add until you fill everybody in. So this button, that is what it does. So now we are in applicant's homeland information. There's been a lot of questions about this applicant's homeland information. The applicant, the personal, here it says, if unable to provide information of next of kin, provide 2 reference letters from homeland, preferable your village attesting to your identity, minimum 2 next of kin. So in this field here, this next of kin, what the government wants here is someone beside your family that can identify you as indigene of that village. So this is not your uncle. This is not your auntie. This is somebody from the same village as you are that knows you or knows your family, knows your parents, knows that you are really born in that family. Someone that can confirm that you are from that family and you are a Biafran. Because why the government are doing this is because you know there are so many Fulanis born in Biafra land which are speaking Igbo better than many of us. So how do we identify them? You're not just going to give anybody ID card because they say they are Biafrans and they speak Igbo. No, it doesn't work like that. So we want to know who is really a Biafran. And one thing you have to remember as well as Biafran applying for this ID card, every information you fill in here, you confirm that they are all true, that you didn't lie. So don't think that government is not going to do investigation regarding our data tomorrow. The government will do that, both those acquired ID card abroad and at home. The government will still do proper investigation in homeland because this is very serious. We have been killed too much. So this we take very serious. This is about life and death. We have to protect ourselves, our children, our mothers and fathers. So take this very serious. Please don't say it's too long, it's too complicated. This is just for you and me. You are building the future of our future generation. So here you you ask your father. Some of us that are born here that might not know elders in the village or who to use, you can ask your parents. They can give you information. Someone from your village that lives around you or knows them or lives in homeland, you can fill in that information here. So the contact information of next of kin, you fill it in here. And next of kin is minimum 2. So you click on the add button, you add the second next of kin. And when after filling that, and then you continue, here you can fill in your social media handles. So here is if you have a Twitter, you fill in your Twitter username here, your Twitter name, handles. Facebook, you can fill it in here, Truth Social, Instagram, TikTok, YouTuber, you can fill it in there. There are also our elders in the village that doesn't have social media, you know? So it's not compulsory. If you have it, you fill it in. It's important, especially if you are very active for the liberation. It's important. So you can fill it in there. And here you can choose language. Here is populated with Biafra dialects. So you can look here, search for your language. All the Biafra dialects is in here. The government has worked so hard to gather as much as possible. So all the languages are here. You can choose your language, and here is the proficiency. If the level of understanding it or speaking it can say 6, you know. And here we are coming to the end. Here you check, these are all formalities that everything you filled in, you declare that information you provided is the same as the registered in the current country of residence. If you don't check all this, it won't let you send it. You check them all because this form will be reviewed manually. So it's okay. And then you upload your past photo. Please take time, go to a photographer, ask them to take you a professional photograph. Tell them you want to use it for ID card. They know what to do. And they will take you a professional photograph, and that you can upload here. If you can get a digital link for it, you can also upload it. And here is your signature. If you choose to sign a live signature, you can sign here. If you choose to upload your signature, you can also upload your signature. When you want to sign live signature, you sign here. When you sign, you think it's not good like it used to be, you can clean it up and try it again until you get it right, or you can sign it on a piece of paper and upload it. After you have done all that, here you click submit. While you're doing it as well, it's just so important to know why you're doing it, and you think, okay, something came up, I can't finish it right now. I want to come back and finish it. You can just click save. Once you click save, everything you fill in is there. So when you come back next time, you just log in to your form and then you carry on from where you stopped. So that is the end of this part. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Obi. Thank you so much. And I see that Honorable Uche just entered the room. Honorable Praise and Godwill, they are here. So please, Uche, Praise and Godwill, your turn to speak before we start taking questions. Information Minister, please give Honorable Uche co-host.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Prophet Choma. Good evening, Wadopi. Good evening, dear friends all over the world. Thank you for joining this program. I think my colleagues here have basically explained what those who are undocumented need to know. As you all know, we have the best interest of Biafrans at heart. So as this process is going on, we are finding ways to optimize the process to make sure that every Biafran is accommodated in this process. So please, as you have learned from here today, follow the instructions. If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to contact your local admins. They are also being informed about these processes so that they can help you further within your region. Thank you very much. That is all I have to submit for now. I will be waiting for your questions, and then from there you can ask any other thing that you would wish to know from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Honorable Praise, are you here?
And we have someone with Simon Ekpa. We need to know if that is our Prime Minister, so we can co-host him. PM, please, if that is you, you grab the mic so we know it's you. PM, is that you? Are you there? Okay, Prof, you may continue. I think when it's ready, we'll let us know.
All right, thank you. Honorable Praise, are you here? What about Honorable Godwill? Okay, so I think we can now go to question and answers. And we have hands up. Over to you, Information Minister. Thank you.
Okay, at this point, we wish to say a very big thank you to the team that have done a wonderful job. And if you want your camera on, you may do so now. Anyone that needs camera on, you may start your cameras now. 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 You may start your cameras if you need them. You may start your cameras. You may start your cameras. Okay, while that is being done, Silvanus, it's your turn to speak. Pick the mic, please. Please, everyone remain muted until when it's your turn, when you're called upon to pick the mic.
Okay, I thank our team and I thank all honorable members of BRICS. My question goes like this from G3, like somebody who has like me now, I'm applied to renew, because in Germany here they give us the card. And the card I have now is almost to renew. And I applied since last year for the renewal. They tell us that they have a lot of job for the renewal. And the extension they give us, there is no picture on it, only the number of the other one that expired. How can I do it to apply? Can I use this form G3 to apply as a member of the cabinet?
Yes, and the reason behind that, so as a member of the cabinet, you are supposed to use form form type C.
Yeah.
And for form type C, you need to be Jumio verified.
Yeah.
And because the card that you have is not just expired, but it doesn't even have a photo on it.
The card they have a photo that is expired.
It's expired.
I have taken it to apply for this cryptocurrency, but they didn't take it for verified.
So do you have driver's license where you are?
No, I don't have driver license, but I have health insurance card, and that German health insurance card.
Okay, so I think your case we're gonna have to discuss later. As a cabinet member, you are supposed to be under form type C, but you do not have Jumio verifiable document. So reach out to our team and we're gonna figure your case out. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next person is Nkaja. Nkaja, unmute yourself. Nkaja, unmute yourself. Nkaja, over to you.
But Sonny, can I come back later? I am.
All right.
Please, thank you.
Over to you. All right. Otumwamwaya, over to you. Otumwamwaya, over to you. Otumwamwaya, not ready?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. My children are disturbing. Please, let me come back in 2 minutes. Please, 2 minutes. Okay, I'm here. I guess I'm coming out, please. Am I coming out?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. I'm just coming in there. Thank you. I'm just coming in now. So they just saw their daddy and they want me to carry them. So my question is, in the uploading of the receipt, like I've done mine, but I don't know if there is another way they did it, to do it, because I took time to copy all the receipt numbers. I wrote all of them in a paper, and I uploaded it. So I don't know if there's another way to upload it. So that's what I'm asking. I don't know if my question is clear.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. You're a cabinet member, right?
Yeah.
So you're in the position to reach out to us internally, and your question will be addressed. Currently, this is for the undocumented Biafrans who are not able to verify themselves with Gmail verification. So that your question will be fully addressed if you contact us or send us an email or call either me or Wadaobi or Professor Choma, and we'll be able to solve your question as quickly as possible.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Next person, enter Biafra OB. Enter Biafra OB. Unmute yourself. Over to you.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening, everyone in the house. Am I coming out?
Yes, you are.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My question is where you say when you are filling the form, you put your names and your nickname, your personal names, and when they want to confirm, they'll ask you to upload your either passport or your ID card to confirm if the name you put is you. But some of us here, likewise me here, we have different passport, not even Nigeria passport, but another country passport, and the passport doesn't bear our names, it's different name. So how are we going to use the same passport to confirm if the name we feel personally is true with the one we have in the different passport? That's my question.
Yes. If you remember, I made mention about changing names.
Yeah.
Any name that you have on a document that you have, you keep that name. You're a Biafran. The government knows all this situation. That is why government made this possible for every Biafrans. You cannot say there is a reason for me not to apply for an ID card. There is possibilities. So what you do, you use the name on that document that you have, which is not your name. So when we are in Biafra land, you can now use your real name. Government will do a different identification whereby you can then use whichever name you want to use. Okay?
Okay. Second question is this payment method you said, I don't have any means of payment online. You say you want to pay, you can pay through your administrator. Then when they send you this pack, you can use it and upload. Is it right?
Yes. So if you cannot pay, because also government thought if you are undocumented or on the ground, you don't have a bank account. So how do you pay? It's impossible. So now that is where your liaison comes in. So you go to your rep in the country of your resident and say, I want to apply for an ID card. I heard that I can pay through you. The rep will now guide you through. The rep is the one to provide you with the payment certificate. Then you can pay to the rep.
Okay.
Okay.
The question is answered. Okay. I got it.
All right. Thank you.
Right. We have Divine over there. Divine over there.
Yeah.
Over
Good
to
evening,
you.
everyone.
There we go.
It's Divine Chibundo Bidaya. But I don't know if this is available for us in. I'm trying to go to the server and it's not loading unless I use VPN. Can I use VPN to create my own?
Yes, you can. If you're able to use VPN, yes, you can.
Okay. So what
Yeah,
about
because
making the payment?
some people cannot get through without VPN. So if you're able to use VPN, yes. Do.
Okay. Yeah.
But Divine, where are you resident in? Are you in the homeland?
I stay in Abuja.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, this is not for you.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
now, okay?
Okay.
Because you get this ID card, then they will ramp up persecution. What
Yeah.
you need to do is to go and use a different form type. You must register as a Biafran,
Yeah.
but not a card carrying Biafran. Okay? So you go and use form type D4.
Yeah.
To tell us that I am Obidaya and I live in Abuja, blah, 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 blah. And I am from this place in Biafra land so that we know that you exist. Right now, you are just a number somewhere that, God forbid, if anything happens, nobody knows that Obadiah is somewhere. All right? So once we have secured our place and chased out all the janjaweeds and unwanted elements, then everybody will have an identity card. And it will be easier for you too, because you can march into the office and say, I am on that database. This is my name on the database. And all they have to do is just type your name. Oh, yeah, you are here. You get express service. All right.
Okay. So,
uh-huh.
and because I'm going to Homeland next month. So what if I go there?
What if you go there and what?
I still want to do it. Or should I, is it must that I wait?
No. Where are you resident? You live in Abuja, right?
Yes.
And you want to visit Homeland, or are you moving permanently back to home?
I'm visiting home.
Okay, so you register as an Abuja resident because that's where you reside, right? So do it this night. Don't even wait. There's no point waiting. You can access VPN as we are talking. Just do it now.
Okay.
And the form is form type D4.
Okay, form type D4.
Yes, and tell all your friends. This is what they should do. And I hope you voted as well.
Yeah, sure. First phase.
Okay, so get others to vote. This is how you take control. Your vote is your power. Get everyone to vote.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for attending.
Professor Choma, I want to add a little bit. D4, if you live within the 40 states of United States of Biafra, and when you live outside, which is Nigeria or around it, then you use type D5.
D5. Okay, so you hear that, Divine? D5. Form type D5. Thank you, Abi.
You're welcome.
All right, Nkaja's hand is up and she's not ready yet. And we are looking up to more questions. Ask your questions, please. The team are here to answer you.
Okay, it seems there are no more questions.
It was very clear.
Any more questions before we call it a day? And please.
Okay, we have a quiz. Okay, we have answers. Okay,
can you hear me now?
What just happened?
Yeah, Nkaja, over to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm be repeating an already asked question. My own question is on the uploading the receipts. Like I have copies of receipt. That's where I get stuck. How do I how many copies do I have to upload? You know, that will be enough. I don't know.
I think the best way is to scan them. When you scan them all together as one PDF file, and then you just upload it.
Okay.
And
arrange them in the
sorry, for those of you that make payment through Zelle, that's what I use. There is a feature in Zelle that you will tell Zelle to give you a download of all your payments, and it will just give you in an Excel form. It won't give you like the receipt, but it will give you the transaction number, the amount you paid, when you made the payment, the tracking number, blah, blah, blah. And you just PDF that. So even if it's like 100, 300 payments, it will just give you a download and you convert it to PDF and submit. Otherwise, then just arrange your receipts in chronological order and then PDF that as a one single document, as Obi just said, and upload.
Okay.
It's kind of a pride thing too for you, right? Because as you sit down, you are just resting, you can start assembling what you've done, right? Since our Prime Minister started piloting this liberation effort. So as you are doing that, you are actually seeing what you've done, where you've been. It's a pride thing for you as well. For people that may be thinking, oh, should I have to do this? Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Chris Nzelu. Chris Nzelu, over to you. Unmute yourself. Chris Nzelu, over to you.
My own problem, there was, hold on. My own problem is that I filled the form and already signed the signature, but mistakenly I edit my status. So I tried to redo it again, and they said it's not going, not let me do anything again. So I don't know what to do.
Okay, are you part of our Telegram group?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so go there and put this problem, narrate your problem there, and you will be attended to. And for everyone listening, as you are completing the form, we actually forgot to say this. Toward the end, on the left of you, as you are facing the form, you will see buttons for Telegram and WhatsApp. If you are on that form and you have a problem, just click on either Telegram or WhatsApp, depending on the one you want to use, and narrate your problems there, and it would be taken care of. So, my brother Chris, go to the Telegram and tell us what your problems are, and it will be your problems will be solved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I was gonna quickly show where the WhatsApp is.
Yes, thank you.
So if you look here, you can see the WhatsApp button here or Telegram. So if you get stuck somewhere and you don't know what to do, you can write to any of this, and then someone is going to respond to you. Okay.
Okay, we go to Felix Eze. Felix Eze, over to you. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Felix Eze.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I've been filling my form as good afternoon, everybody. Just a minute. Let me.
Turn down the TV. Turn down the volume of the TV and
Yeah.
focus on the Zoom. Focus on the Zoom, please. And you may start your camera. If you need your camera on, you may start your camera.
Okay.
Turn down the volume of the TV and then focus on this your phone.
I've just done that.
All right, right on.
Okay. I've been filling this form as an active member of Biafra Liberation, and I have submitted, but I don't know. It doesn't show me how to pay, and someone indicated that I should go through Jumio. I don't see any Jumio on my computer, so I have not been able to pay. That's my problem. But although right now I had somebody's asked a question and he was directed to WhatsApp or Telegram. I've been seeing that WhatsApp and Telegram, but I didn't know. Even right now, I'm looking at it. I don't know what it means. I know I can now go and ask my question, but how do I pay? Can I be given a link? Can someone just send me a link where I can now pay? So that
What
I
type
can.
of ID card did you apply? What type?
As a supporter of Biafra liberation,
No,
one
I
who
mean,
have.
what type did you, we have like type A, type B, type C. Which one did you apply to?
Unless I have to go back now.
Ja.
Okay, because there are some applications that doesn't have Gmail verification.
Ey, meint, ich muss VPN anhaben? Nein, oder?
So, are you sure you're on the right site?
And some has. So,
Warte.
if you are in a form.
Sorry, unmute yourself again. I had to remove the unmuted button. Mazi Felix, unmute yourself because we are having some misprint in already.
Okay.
So
Mazi, carry on.
if you by mistake fill in or if you fill in a one that doesn't require Gmail verification, then you won't get Gmail verification. So if we know the type of ID card you're applying for, then
I'm applying for Biafra ID card.
Okay. If you look on top, you can see if it's type A, type B, or type C. Can you see that?
Well, Obi, could you please share the screen again? Maybe it just came in and it wouldn't understand very much.
Yeah, okay. I am going to share my screen again.
Okay.
And also, this is one of our senior citizens, so we need to treat them wire so that they can take it much more.
Thank you very much. Thank
This
you
is
very
the
much.
if you can you see my screen?
Yeah, I saw it briefly.
Okay. Yeah, okay. When you are inside the form, you get this blue place that says what type you are applying. Like this is type D application form. This is the one we treated today. Can you see it?
Yeah, I don't think I'm applying for type D. I think I applied for the original one that was
original one.
So just
okay.
Just a second. Let's establish where he is resident. Where are you, sir?
I'm in US.
Okay.
Okay. So you are in the US. Do you
Yes.
have a US passport?
I have, but I'm using my driver's license because I sent my passport for renewal.
Okay, good. Your driver's license is good. And you
Yes.
have been supporting, you have evidence that you've been supporting our liberation.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. You're going to be type B.
Yeah.
Carry over to you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
I think,
Thank you,
I
Professor
think
Sharma.
it's that type B I use.
Yeah, okay, good. Then you are using the right form. You are in the
So,
right form.
okay. So
you know what you're gonna do? Maybe you can try, because you said the problem you have now is that you cannot pay. Right?
Yeah, I don't see where to pay.
But you submitted it.
I submitted my application, my form.
Okay, you know what you're gonna do?
Okay.
There is possibility that you go back to dashboard here. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, when you click on dashboard, I will say no. So when you click on the dashboard, you click on submitted forms. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it? And then you go to that your form, which is type B. You click on type B. So if you have a filled in a type B form, you're going to see it here. You see? Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then when can you see it in your own screen?
I'm seeing it.
Okay, good. And then you go to edit.
Go to what?
Edit at the extreme right end. Edit button. Can you see KYC somewhere? On top of that, where that your form is, where you just clicked submitted forms. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see? I don't want to click on it. Can you see? Wait, I'm gonna find a way. Can you see this edit? Can you see my mouse moving here? Can you see my mouse?
Not yet.
Okay, so Obi, it might be better that he goes to the platform.
Go through the WhatsApp,
so that you get a one-on-one help. Okay, sir. If you do not know how to go there, check the chat. We've posted the channels, the Telegram channel, the chat room, the X page, and you can even go to your application and click on the WhatsApp or the Telegram. Tell us your name there and what the problem is, and someone will help you out. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Choma. And for every Biafrans that would want to change something, or you thought, okay, I didn't finish, or that you need to change something, or you've been contacted and asked to change something or fill something, that is the way you go. When you go to the dashboard and then you go to submitted forms, and then you click on that application form that you filled in, the type that you filled in, if it's A, B, C, or D, you click on it. When you come here, and then you see here, that application will be showing here, under here. And then you click on edit, it will take you back to your form. Inside there, you can do the changes you want to do, and then you submit it again.
When I was there before, it shows the form I submitted for payment for my accommodation in Finland, and it shows only one, and shows receipt one, but it doesn't show me this
application form
for ID.
Okay, you know what I'm thinking? I am thinking that you didn't complete the filling of the application form and it wasn't even submitted. So that's what I'm thinking, because if you didn't fill all the necessary field, it can't be submitted. You can click on submit, but it won't submit.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm thinking. So I don't know what the problem is. I remember in the question asked me if I have a father. Of course, everybody has a father. So I said yes, but it's late because he died in 1978.
That is where the problem is. Because when you say you have a father, it is going to give you another form that you're going to fill in. So you probably didn't fill your father's information because you click yes. If you click yes, then it's going to give you a form to fill. And if you don't fill it, it won't let you submit.
So,
yes, sir, let's take this off this place.
Yeah.
Go to the chat room. But to address this parents issue, some people that have deceased parents do not feel okay saying they don't have a father, and that is okay. What would happen is you're gonna still impute all the information, but because your parents are no longer, we don't have a button where you're gonna tell us when he died or when your mother died or anything, because most people may have forgotten, and we don't have a registry of death in the zoo. So what you may do is where it then says occupation, a dead person is no longer walking. So there you may just type something. He's dead, diseased, something, right? Because you want to still carry that feeling that you have parents, because we all have parents. If you don't want the hassle of completing the form because they are dead, you can just say, no, that is not a disrespect either, because in the real sense of it, you don't have a parent right now because they are no longer. Okay, so we made it in a way that you can do whatever you want to do, right? And the reason it is made that way is that some people that have parents that are deceased are not happy to be completing all the information. They tell you, oh, they are deceased, why should I be completing this? Then some people that have deceased parents are not happy that you are telling them not to complete it. So we made it that way so that people can just do what they want per their parents. Okay, let's move to the next question, please.
Okay, I may have to go all the way and then change all that. Now, one more question. I have children that are living, they're all adults. Will I still put their names as having children?
Yes.
Or is the children the underaged that need to be?
Children is children. Whether they are married, they are big, they are small, they are still a children. So you need to fill them in.
Okay.
And then, sir, I'm glad you said you have children.
Yes.
I hope they have all voted.
Yes.
Good. And make sure that they all apply for this ID card. So even though you are telling us they are your children, this is just populating your family tree, your information. Your children are data points. Yeah. So for example, if you are from Owerri State, and your family is the only family in Owerri State. Owerri people, please pardon me. And you have 5 children plus you. Now there are 6 people in Owerri State. But if only you complete this application with your 5 children under you, you are still one person in Owerri State. So we need all your children to each complete their application, listing their siblings, listing you as their father. Now the government is creating a family tree. The thing that the Janjaweed took away from us, we want to recreate it. So for all Biafran parents, I know we all live in diaspora. We take some of their culture, but we also have ours. Parents are to guide children in what they do. Even if your children are 50 years old, you tell them, this is what you have to do. Go and get it done and let me know. Show me proof that you've done it. And they will go, yes, sir. And they will go do it. And this goes to all parents here. If your child is 18 and above, and they have not voted, you are failing as a parent. You are not 100% patriotic Biafran. Get them to vote. And
unfortunately,
children, get them to apply for ID card. Sorry, sir, continue.
Unfortunately, madam, I must be honest with you. These children, their thinking is completely different. They are not even identifying themselves with what we are doing. And it pains me so much, having started to fight for Biafra and continuing now, and my children are not identifying with what I'm doing. It makes me cry. And none of them is identifying with what we are doing. I'm sorry to say.
Sorry, excuse me. I think that information is actually not the current situation. Our young people are actually turning up. Of course, you perhaps are not aware of that, but they are actually participating in what we are doing. So what is expected of us as Biafrans is to also advocate and enlighten these young ones so that many of them can turn up in what we are doing. You can start from your area if you have young ones, children, your nieces and you know, smaller ones, or any young Biafran around you. You can start to advocate to them. But to say that they are not part of what we are doing, I think you are yet to be aware of that.
I don't think anybody is doing this more than I have been doing. I don't think anybody is doing it.
That is not what I'm saying. I am not saying that you are not advocating. What I'm saying is that, you know, this is a continuous process. So it does not mean that we are going to stop. We have to continue to educate and enlighten our young ones so that they will turn up more on what we are doing. But what I'm saying is that I am informing you now, based on the information that you do not have, that our young ones are actually participating in what we are doing. That is the message I wanted to pass to you.
Yes, and sir, I think part of what he is telling you is not to give up.
Yes,
try to
exactly.
bring your children, keep talking to them. A parent never gives up. Try to bring them. For example, we had this seminar, say to them, come on, come with me. You can have a popcorn night with them. Do this for me, my son. Do this for me, my daughter. Let's watch this together. This is important to me. Let us get this done. I want to be buried at home, but there's no home now. Let us get this done. What can you do for me as a child? This is what you got to do for me. Tell them. The thing is, any child that is seeing what is happening back home and is turning the other cheek, but they are here running around about Gaza this, Gaza that, let me not say something that you got to do. So that the European rep that just talked to you is a very young man. As he said, yeah, young people are turning up. And if it's difficult for you, maybe give them our numbers. The European rep is a young man. If they then see his face, and they look at him, they are in the same age, and he's talking to them about not letting your fatherland, your motherland be taken over. Because one day in the US, you may be chased away. It doesn't matter if you were born here or not. When they say, we just want us here, then you're going to have to find where you belong. So if they listen to him and see him, they may go, oh, wow, so I have been misled or misguided or something. So there are ways that we would keep pushing. Some children are easier to come around. Others are not so easy to come around, but eventually they will. You got to find that soft place that you're going to pinch them and they will begin to contribute. We Biafrans are the ones holding ourselves. If we all gather together to lift this load, if we all stand together and say, enough is enough, definitely enough will be enough. Thank you. Please, let's go to other people before.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, over to
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Thank you. Dozier, over to you. Unmute yourself, Dozier.
Good evening, my ministers. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
Okay. My question is, I've done the application, and after the application, after the Juno, it's like I saw something like error, but when I tried to go back, it directed me to the payment section, and I did the payment. So I want to confirm when I will be expecting the ID. I made the application. I made the application on 24th April.
Okay. So to receive your ID card, you have to hold on. Everybody that applied for ID card will receive it before Finland Convention.
Okay.
So you just keep checking your account because you have an account now. So you can keep checking. Once it's approved and your ID card is ready, and when it will be shipped to your country of residence, you will see it in your account. Just keep an eye on your account, okay? For every other Biafrans that have questions regarding when the ID card will be issued. So you just see it, ID card will be issued before end of November.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other?
There are more hands up.
Oh, wow.
More hands have arisen. Ilumidio Odinaka, unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, all the cabinet in the house. Good evening, all the professors. I greet everyone in the house. I greet my media team. I shout out to my, let me use this medium to shout out to Pastor Vam. Congratulations to you. Yes. Please, my name is Odnaka Chuku. I'm residing here in Spain. But please, I'm not in asylum, so I want to ask if maybe I can, be able to apply for this ID card because, I need something that I will use to maybe, have something that is legal here because they are demanding for passport. So I cannot be able to go to Nigerian embassy to say I want to get passport to get some document that will give me some proof that I'm here all this while. So I'm just waiting. I'm just patient to wait till Biafra come, even though anyhow, anytime. I don't care. I can be patient for that. But please, what I'm asking is that is it in line with the database? I want to know because I'm interested to apply for this ID card. That is what I want to know, please. I'm not in asylum. I don't have any identity at all with me. Yes. Yes. Please.
Okay.
That is my question.
Okay. So you live in Spain?
Yeah. In
And
one
you don't
village, I'm
have
on a
any
local.
means of identification?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever gotten something from the Spanish government before? Not at all.
No. Since I came here, I'm
Okay.
just on a low key. I'm just on a low key doing my things
Okay.
where I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you also falls under the ID card application form type D3. Okay. The one
Type
yes,
D3.
yes. That is the application form that we discussed about today.
Yes, yes.
So if you wasn't in this section from beginning, maybe it's important that you go and watch it again, because everything you need to know is inside this video when you watch it.
Yes.
Okay? So
Yes,
D3 is what you need.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And if you know
yeah.
other Biafrans that are in the same situation like you also tell them, it's better you have identification. Everybody in this life must have an means of identification. Okay? So if the government that you are in their country doesn't know you, someone must know where you are. If anything happen, God forbid, at least they will say, oh, they found him, he's holding a Biafran ID card. And you know what they're going to do? The first person they're going to contact will be the Biafran government.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm seeking for it. Yes, exactly.
Our people still don't know what the government has done for them. This is very, very important. Whether you have paper, you don't have paper, you need an identification. If police of the country where you are hold you tomorrow and say, hey, who are you? You will bring out your Biafran ID card and show them. Identify yourself as a Biafran. They will say, where is your, for example, ID card of the country? You say you don't have it, but you're a Biafran. For the fact that you are a Biafra and they know what is going on there, your case will be different.
Exactly. Yes,
but when you hold in Nigerian passport, it's also different. So
exactly, yeah, exactly.
This is an opportunity for all Biafrans, undocumented. This I am on the ground. This is it. You don't have to be, you don't have to be on the ground. You will be walking freely with your ID card. Yes, it's not safe to go back home. It's not. I am not advising anybody to go home. So wherever Biafrans are all over the world, stay put. Stay where you are. When Biafra is restored, we all go home. Okay? So when someone asks you, you show them your ID card. That is the importance of this ID card. And
exactly.
Again, I also want to use this opportunity to talk to Biafrans in homeland. It's true that you're not applying now, but you can enter your data using type D4, because once Biafran in homeland start applying for ID card, you don't need to go through this again because your data is already there. Your own is to go to the office and say, I need an ID card. They ask you, what is your name? Ta, 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 date of birth, ta, 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 ta. And then that is your data. Then the only thing they need to do is to take a recent pass photo, or they ask you for, and then they issue your ID card. So it helps everybody to get ready, because once Biafra is here, everybody will be applying at the same time. It's going to be very difficult. And people from here going home, you cannot enter Biafra land without a passport. You cannot enter without a valid ID card. So it's better we start working on it now, getting it now, that we still have opportunity to get it firsthand. So please tell people in your region that is in the same situation as you. Tell them not to worry, that they should hold on just a little bit, but they have opportunity to identify themselves now.
Yeah, in this place I am, it's only me that is here. There's no other person, no Biafra, no Nigerian. person that is there. It's only me that is in this village. Matanga is very far from cities,
So
Yeah,
I'm just
Brian,
here all
as
over
you
the
go,
world.
when you meet them,
put the
spread
glass
the news.
inside, you go in front.
Okay. I greet everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so one more thing, Odinaka.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you mention that you do not have any document at all.
Nothing at all with me. Nothing.
Okay, and that's okay. And for any other person in the same category, there will be a place that you will be asked to put your identification. Just upload the same passport that you have. Upload that there, okay? This is a manual verification, and we're gonna call you for an interview, and we're gonna have a discussion with you to verify you. So it goes for any other person in the same category that does not have anything to identify themselves. Just put a photo of yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. My special greeting to my PM.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Sir Benedict, over to you. Unmute yourself. Sir Benedict, unmute yourself. You have the mic.
Good evening, everybody. I thank you very much for all your wonderful job for Biafra. God bless all of you. Not to waste time, I greet all of you together. On your own, Coach Chidi. My question is, I'm filling this ID card. There is a place about the siblings. If I have my sister married, she's now answering another name, and she's living, let's say, in Abuja. Let's say she's a Biafran, of course, but our people live. She's living in Nigeria. I don't know what I will feel there. Do I feel that she's a Biafra in United States for her land, or do I feel where she is?
You have to feel in where she lives.
Okay. Another thing, if I don't know their years exactly, I'm just guessing. I don't know whether it will do any. It will affect anybody.
Does your sister know?
Yeah, she knew. People, I asked them exactly that she was not too good to her sister. She would write anything. I said, no, this is Biafra, not Nigeria writing anything.
Anyway, your sister will not be the only person in Biafra land that has that issue. There are many squillions of them. So the thing is, your sister normally, like I remember my mother their time, they will say, "Ha, amora muna ndibenda." So that is how actually they identify the year they were born. So if someone by accidentally know when that was, then everybody gonna use the same thing. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna guess an age for her.
Yeah.
People at her age, you're gonna guess it, and then when she's applying, she's gonna use the same age. And then when every other person in your family is applying, you're gonna say, this is sister age now. So this is the age you've given to her. Okay?
Really? That means anything I wrote here about her will be what she will be using. Is it?
Yes.
That's what I mean. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So she has to know about it as well.
Oh. Then it's a problem. It's a problem because if I put anything here and she in her document will use her own document, I'm now become afraid. There was a time we were having this surgery. Somebody said we can skip that we have, although we know we have them, we can skip them. If I skip them so that I will not complicate them, is it okay? If I say I have no problem.
It's not really okay.
Yeah, then I'm afraid of I want to put two of them, or maybe I put only one now, but whoever I put, if I implicate, I know her month, but I don't know all of them. And she wasn't so keen telling me, those people in Abuja, they're still being half and half, afraid where they are, what information, believing something will affect them. So this will now be a problem for me. I don't know what to do.
It won't be a problem for her or for you,
her.
because our government understands all these things. Okay.
So I will
That is
let
the
me
thing
put
when
anything.
people that know you are dealing with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the future, when your sister applies and the government find out there is discrepancy, so it's a question of sending you email to clarify your sister. You can tell this story that you told now, that you didn't know your sister's age and she doesn't know herself. So you made it up. Government knows that there are millions of us like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Another
then when we are in homeland, then we can now straighten it up.
Okay. So
People
with
that are doesn't have like a date of birth or a birth certificate, they can do like a attestation of age or something like that to back it up.
Okay, if I don't know the address number, I don't know exact address where they live in Abuja. So do I have to give? Oh my God, is
Just,
it
if you don't Abuja, just put Abuja, right?
Okay, good. That's one. Okay, another one is in my passport because I have a long name. They picked the only one out of 3 names and my family name, but that is English name. Whereas in the area, there's another area apart from the passport area. It has another my nickname or other names. Is it okay if although it's not in my identification document, which is passport, can I put my other names in because there are another place it asks about my nicknames or other things? Is it okay?
Yes.
That's fine. I think so far that is what I got. I have now. And if instead of putting 2 siblings, if I put 1, will it accept it?
It's gonna accept it because the system doesn't know if you have 1 or 2 siblings.
Yeah, I think
So
I'll
the
make it.
system accepts how many siblings you fill in there.
That's fine. Okay, let me just make it easy for myself. Thanks so much. God bless all of you in your wonderful work.
Bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Get my done.
Okay, we have Anedo. Anedo, unmute yourself. Anedo, unmute yourself. Over to
Good
you.
evening, dear friends. Good evening, dear friends.
Good evening. Good evening.
God bless dear friends.
God bless you too.
Please, my question is for those that their children are living in the school. Let me use myself as an example now. If my children wanted to apply for ID card, are they going to apply without my payment receipt that I used to be paying, or am I going to forward all my receipts I used to be paying that cover them? That's my question. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Please, can you repeat your question so that we get it?
Okay, my question is, the people that their children are living in the school, or those that are not with their children, if their children wanted to apply for ID card, are we going to forward all our receipt we used to be doing payments to them for them to use to apply, or they don't need it? That is my question.
Okay, so your children are students living in school, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you are their father, you are making family payment. It's okay if you send them, if you want them to claim that they are your children and this payment you are making is a family payment, they can upload that receipt. Otherwise, they can still apply without the receipt. It is your decision.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We move.
Yes, we move. I think that's the last hands up.
I think that's the last. Yeah, that's the last. Over to you, please. I don't know if PM is free, if he has something to say. PM, if you're free and you want to say something, please grab the mic and start your camera. if you are free. If you're not free, we know how busy you are. And then, Richard Intergo, what were you waiting for? Why was your hand down before? Around enough. Over to you, please. Richard Intergo. Let's have the mic. Grab the mic. And let's have your camera. If you're free. If you're not free, we know how busy you are. And then, Richard Intergo, what were you waiting for? Why was your hand down before?
Okay.
Around enough.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Do well to turn down the volume of your TV, please. Richard
Greeting
Intego, do well to turn down the volume of your
and
TV.
and our sister, Chioma, and our deputy.
You can't hear us. Richard Intego, what you're saying is not coming through, but your TV is louder than what you're saying. Please, turn down the volume of your TV.
You have double
Turn
gadget.
down the volume of your TV. Do well to turn down the volume of your TV, please. Turn down the volume of your TV.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing through device. So my question is not much. Because I want to know people living in Denmark here, those who are paying for their donation, if they want to purchase the ID card, they are not in some kind of asylum, but they have all documents. So if they want to purchase this ID card, which type they have to choose? Because someone is coming to me tomorrow, probably. So I want to know which, because they have A, B, C, D, and then D, 4, D, 5. So which area they may choose?
So this person is the person is supporting what we are doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The person is not a government official, right?
No.
Okay. So you're going to use type B form.
B.
Yes.
B. All right.
B form. Yeah. That is type B.
Type B. Right. Okay. Yeah. And at the same time, he can pay through the. Because you can pay through card or PayPal.
Yes. Yeah, you can pay through PayPal, or you can pay through Ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
Or credit card as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That is my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard Intego. Thank you. Patrick, over to you. Patrick, unmute yourself. Patrick, unmute yourself.
Okay.
Patrick, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, dear friends. Please, I'm very sorry. I'm just rushing back from work now. I'm living in Spain, but I have not gotten my paper. It's just like I'm undocumented, but I have Nigerian passport. You understand? I have put in before for documents, but they rejected it. But there is something they call EKIS. That is the kind of number they used to know. That is the government has given to you. I don't know if that one is valid, or do I leave it and use my identity, that is my passport, or do I, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Please, I'm interested in this Nigerian ID card, Biafran ID card.
Okay, thank you. It's good that you changed you almost said Nigerian, but you said Biafra.
No, I was trying to say Nigerian passport, but
no, we don't.
I've said it before.
We reject Nigeria passports. So no, you cannot
entirely,
use
yes.
that.
Yeah.
Put that away. Give us any document that you have. There's something you said that the government gave you that has a number. If it has your picture, put it there.
Yeah.
Upload it. Okay. Then go and take a professional passport photo so that you can also upload that where it calls for passport photo. Use form type D3. Okay. That's the
Form type
one. D3, yes, the one that we talked about today. So since you came late, you can go back and watch this program. It's gonna tell you what to do. There's even online completion of the form. It was described, demonstrated. So you can put it on one side. If you don't know how to complete it, just be looking at it and completing your form, okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Biafrans, I greet Mazido. I greet you. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Patrick. Thank you. Thank you. We have a Pella. Pella, unmute yourself.
Good evening.
Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I really want to appreciate us for this wonderful progress we are making. My little let's say problem here, the monthly payment where I am now, I've not been paying. I don't have a job. You know, I'm just living like I don't want to explain too much, but I don't know if without the monthly dues, if I can't apply for the ID card. I really want my ID card. I've already voted, but I don't know if without the monthly payment, if I can't apply for the ID card. Please. Thank you.
No, absolutely not. You will apply for ID card. You are a Biafran. Okay, you are a Biafran first before any monthly payment. All right. So you need this ID card. It's very important that you get it. Use form type D3 and make the application. Okay. Can you hear me? Pella, you are muted. Are you still there?
Pella, unmute yourself. Pella, unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes, I heard you clearly. I've been trying to unmute, but not muting. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Go
much.
and do the application right now. All right.
Okay. I did 3. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. No more hand up. Okay, Caroline. Caroline, over to you. Your hand is up. Caroline. Caroline, over to you. Unmute yourself.
It's like
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, so sorry, I have a question. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
My question is this. It's okay. So my question is this. I have children. They are in school. They voted. I registered them, they voted. But for the ID card, I tried to apply for them. They said they have to pay. So that payment is where I'm stuck off because I'm still trying to break them up. So I can't be able to afford to pay for their ID card. I've paid my own 100. There are 2 of them. So I just want to know, since I'm contributing, do I still have to pay for them? They voted, I registered them, they do everything, but I've paid my own 100. There are 2 of them. So I just want to know, since I'm contributing,
Could you please switch off the other gadget or turn it down? Okay, for your questions.
Okay, yeah.
You are you and your children are completely different from you. So every applicant pays for every application. Application is per person. So when you apply, you pay for yourself. So the government just made it easy that everybody pays the same thing. But I understand the financial part of it. So what you can do is if you can't afford to pay for them now, you pay for your one first.
I have paid for mine.
Yeah, okay. Then one by one, you can apply for them. You don't have to do them all at once, because I can understand if, you know, if some people, if they have like 5 kids, they cannot apply for all of them at the same time. So what you do, you apply for them one by one. So when you have money to apply for Chiamaka, you apply for Chiamaka. When it's Tony turn, you apply for Tony. Okay?
Okay, I was thinking since they are still students,
No.
we can, okay.
No, we don't have that, no.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's the last person.
Yeah, that's the last person. Over to you, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. PM, are you here? We can see someone with your name. We don't know if it's you. So we can be closing. If it's the PM, he will pick the mic and we pause so that he can speak to Biafrans. But since there's no other hand, Biafrans, we hope that this seminar, at least we learned something from the seminar, distribute it for our people to really watch. And the people that are categorized as vulnerable, these are people that don't have documents. We already had some of our brothers here that don't even have anything to identify themselves. Please spread this information. Every individual needs a document. If anything happens, as our sister Obi said, God forbid, if anything bad happens, there should be someone to reach out to. And they will see that document and they know that you are from somewhere. Nobody will say you are a nobody. And perhaps the cups will be donated to the medical examiner for medical students to use. No, we want to know where our people are. Remember, where we come from, there's no database. There's no registry. I cannot go there and say, hey, can you show me when I was born? It does not exist. And that is what we are trying to bring to our home. But we're going to start it with us. And it's not something that the Prime Minister can do by himself. He's done his part. Now it is our part, your part, my part. We are doing it together. Remember, everyone is a data point. That you are registered does not mean that your children are there. They will just be there as part of your family tree. They will not be there as a data point. For you to get the government services, when the time comes, it has to be done using data. So if we shortchange ourselves by going, who cares? I don't care. When that time comes, it is still the same group of people that will complain. But guess what? We will tell you, this is the data that we have, and this is what's driving the decisions that are being made. And these videos are archived. We will say to you, go and watch this video of that date, that video of that date. Where were you? You can tell us, oh, well, I didn't see it. I was at work. When you get back from work, watch it. Instead of watching wrestling or Nollywood or something, watch this to know what you are supposed to do. Government has responsibilities. Citizens, the governed, we also have responsibilities. And when the two work together, then you have a good nation. For us, we are building this nation. We need all hands on deck. Shout out again to our people in Biafra land. You guys are making us proud. We pray for you all the time, and you are the strength that we really have. So thank you very much. Don't forget, May 29th, May 30th, and May 31. We'll all be meeting again. Thank you very much. Obi, over to you.
Thank you, Professor Choma. Thank you all, the media team, PM, the committee, Biafrans, the Brigade Cabinet, members that are here today. I thank each and every one of you for taking your time to join us today, to go through this form today. Now we all know what to do when we talk about application form type D3. So I can't even say it any better. Yeah, Sis Professor Choma has said it all. So please, let's just go and spread the news. Look for our Biafrans that are all over the world, scattered everywhere, looking for help. This is opportunity for them. First of all, their government has to identify them before another government. That is how it works. So let them get identified. And for people in homeland, you please go and use type D4 to register yourself as a Biafran. You don't necessarily need to wait for ID card. If you can't apply for ID card, you go use type D4. If you live in homeland, if you live outside the 40 states, you use D5. So when you register your name in the database also counts. ID card is for identification. So please, the work is in the citizens' hand now. The government has done their part. The work of government is to provide you with possibilities, amenities, things to make your life easy. And the government has done that. Now it's left for the citizen to welcome it. Thank you very much, everybody. And it's good night from me from here.
Thank you
Does
very much.
Mazuche have something to say? Mazuche, do you have something to say?
I think
European Rep, are you there?
yes, I'm here. Sorry. I think Professor Choma and Wandobi has done a wonderful job today in making sure that this seminar comes to a productive conclusion. And I want to thank those individuals that have attended, and we hope that you are going to begin the process as quickly as possible. Don't hesitate to reach out to us should you encounter any difficulties or any challenges in filling in these application forms, or perhaps you might have missed one or two things that we have said here tonight. The media team is always there to assist you in getting to us. You can also ask them questions. They'll be able to reach us to get that information. So thank you, everybody, for participating tonight, and see you all at the upcoming events during the Memorial Day. Thank you very much.
I want to say something, please, Sonny, if you permit me.
Yeah, go on, go ahead.
So we have filling the form, do it within 5 minutes because it times out. If you overdo it, it will time out and it will not go. That's what I want to remind them. Thank you. And good night from you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any of
Thank you very
the
much.
ministers, Any of the ministers from the government wants to say something? Any of the ministers from the government wants to say something, you may unmute yourself and start your video.
Famdi, are you still here?
Minister Kwarawa.
Yeah. Who is
Yeah,
speaking?
this is
Bright?
this is
Bright?
Minister Bright, sir.
Okay, right on, Bright.
Thank you, sir. I greet everybody in the house, all the ministers in the house, and of course, Madam Obi and Professor Choma, I salute you. Otuamoya, I salute you. There was a point I was reading on this ID card registration, and there is a place that identified for, let me see, for asylum seekers, stuff like that. Professor, can you still explain that part?
Okay. What's your question though?
There is a part on this, there's a part that states the slot for asylum.
Oh, okay. So if you are an asylum seeker, anyone, whether you've applied for the asylum, you are trying to make up your mind to apply, you use form type D3. This very one. That's our subject today.
Okay. So my question on that regard is that, does the Biafran government identify any of its citizens as an asylum or?
No, we cannot grant asylum, right? Because we are in exile.
No, I'm saying, wait, I'm saying if the Biafran government have this particular slope, does it state in the card as a status, as an asylum status?
No, we don't.
Okay.
No,
I just wanted to know this. Thank you so much.
Okay, no, we don't have that, okay?
All right, thank you. Any other ministers from the government have something to say? Or any other members of the cabinet of the government have something to contribute? All right, in absence of no other, we appreciate this team of the database system, Biafra Security Administration.org pioneers that have come to make a difference that no other have met before. This is the first time in history since after the genocidal war of one Nigeria against the Biafran people that you now have a database system well documented by your Biafran people. This one no be say, now you go man, now they do them for us. Look at their faces on the screen. Professor Choma, only the name alone, you know that she is a bona fide baby of Biafra. Then when you look at Obi, her face is written Biafra. You now understand quite well where we are. One Nigeria has existed for over 63 years of independence, but they have no database system. A Biafra that is emerging and declaring their restoration in December is already with a database system that will be able to document everything for you. What else do you want from a visionary government? A hand of applause to this database team because they've done a very good job. Please, everyone can unmute. 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 Everyone can unmute.
Yeah.
Professor Choma. Thank you.
Well,
Kudos to this team. Deserve more than what we could express, and we are so happy to have them. And it takes a visionary leader to be able to lead a team of this kind. That is why the Obato BA He's a man that you cannot ignore calling his name when you want to make a difference. And he is making the difference with his team. So we are blessed to be amongst those men and women that are carried along at this very time. So we are calling on all Biafrans not to forget the three buttons. When I enter the website, I emphasize on three buttons. You see one button that is looking like mail or email. You see another one that is looking like WhatsApp. You see another one that is looking like Telegram. Anyone you press there is a chat button. It takes you to the database, contact him. Whatever problem you have, they will sort it out for you within 24 hours. And the process is as simplified as they have made it. And they are working on everyday process to see that they better everything in a way that you want it. If you listen to the minister before now, she said, when you are speaking on broadcast, when you come in and complain, that they are taking note of your complaints and your observations, and then in turn goes back to work on it to see a way of simplifying and looking into the issues that you have raised. And today you've seen a difference. And I've just been able to understand that I can just click no where they say, do you have parents? If my parents are dead, I can just click the no and then forget about answering all the questions. But if I want to answer and I have the time, I click yes, then I answer all. Then where it now says occupation, I can put anything. Well explained and everyone can understand. How many of you knew this before? Many of us never knew. That's why a seminar of this kind is a welcome idea. We appreciate this team so much. And as they have announced, we have another upcoming seminar or event that will come up in line with the sit at home. So please key into every program. Tomorrow is another big day, which is our mega fundraising for the Biafra Defense Forces. So do not forget, that is where we gather the tools and all the machineries that we need to use to destroy the enemy so that they continue to cry. Then on the 17th, we have another program. Sorry, I said on the 17th. As everything full everywhere. The date could be jumping. That's not a problem. On the 19th, sorry, on the 19th, so 19th will be on Sunday. On Sunday, there will be a town hall meeting in Israel, and it will be on a Zoom and live everywhere. So please, do not stay on the fence. Come down from the fence. Come and join the team and make the difference, while your names will be written in gold. I salute every Biafran and every other lovers of freedom that are keyed into this program to learn from the visionary government of Biafra. United States of Biafra, this is how we are going to do, and all of you will learn from it. We thank you all, and from the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, the de facto government in the homeland, with all his cabinet and with all Biafrans, thank you so much for keying in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Minister Sunny. Thank you, Minister Oge, for hosting us. Thank you so much. God bless
Thank you so much. You guys rocks. Really.
God bless you. God bless all of you. Thank you
so much. Bless
Keep
you.
doing what you're doing on Twitter X.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vam, vam, vam.
See
Everybody.
you all tomorrow. Thank
See you all
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a great night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.